Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. It was warm.
Record-breaking 87, right?
It was a warm one.
That was incredible, guys.
I slept with my AC and fan and some shorts.
Oh, I'm
That's
sure.
when you know. Well, anyways, I'm Ozzy Mora.
I'm Kirsten, Joyce. We do appreciate you tuning into our streaming.
All right, so let's get to it. I mean, you guys know what's been going on, the war in Iran. So Kirsten with an update.
Yeah, some of you woke up in the middle of the night, Friday night to it. Some of you woke up, no doubt, Saturday morning to it all. The Pentagon also giving its first update on Operation Epic Fury today, expanding the war between U.S., Israel, and Iran. And it has now killed 4 American service members. We've been listening to the president all weekend long. He also gave an update today. We do have that sound for you. And if we could grab that now, Carlos, that would be great.
Today, we grieve for the 4 heroic American service members who have been killed in action and send our love and support to their families. In their memory, we continue this mission with ferocious, unyielding resolve to crush the threat this terrorist regime poses to the American people. And
President Trump going on to say this, which began late Friday night, early Saturday morning, in an effort to keep Iran from building a nuclear weapon. The U.S. struck more than 1,200 of its targets during those first 2 days. Iran's supreme leader was among the hundreds killed. Iran did respond with attacks of its own all across the Middle East. This morning, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth saying unapologetically, every passing day, our capabilities get stronger and Iran's gets weaker. Trump will not rule out ground troops, Ozzy. He's saying this campaign could last 5 weeks or it could go far longer. And of course, many in the local Iranian community are responding after these strikes. And I know you have more on that angle as well.
Yeah, definitely here at home, a community divided by war. Over the weekend, as Operation Epic Fury intensifies abroad, here at home across the valley, local communities got together. You can see their organizers expressing a mix of celebration, fear, and also political debate here as well. So on Sunday, members of the local Iranian community gathered at the Bellagio fountains to celebrate the strikes against the Iranian government. Many there expressing that the military action is necessary. It's basically a step forward for them to end decades of dictatorship. This is all according to what the people out there that our reporter Erin Ariano spoke to. A local activist that we also spoke to, she described the operation as, in quote, peace mission, noting that Iranians at home have been facing brutal oppression, in quote, since mass protests in January. Protesters hope for the fall of the current regime will allow them to safely visit family members over there as well, for the first time for many years. While some celebrate the local Jewish community, we did speak to Rabbi Jessica Hutchings from near Tamid, and that was over the weekend as well. She reported high levels of anxiety and just a lot of nervousness and uncertainty. The synagogue is working right now closely with local law enforcement, focusing on safety, especially as the holiday kind of arrives. Rabbi Hutchings emphasized that one can support the Iranian people, so she understands supporting them while they, go for their quest for freedom, while also being deeply concerned about the immediate risks to friends and family in Israel. So that's kind of what she was saying. And then also, too, a lot of people here were saying, the U.S. has so much to deal with when it comes to the cost of living, and we have our own problems. So why lead into this, how we kind of dealt with during the Afghanistan as well. So there's a lot of, obviously, sides to this story. We have more information on our website as well, Kirsten.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ozzy. Our other big story of the day is about how next school year is going to feel very different for kids in the Clark County School District. As we know, and we've been reporting for the last month plus, it is adjusting start times. And in order to do that, it has had to hire about 51 new school bus drivers. Now, Clark County This could open it up to some issues because a new lawsuit does claim that the district isn't hiring qualified and competent drivers. It's also accused of not doing proper background checks. The district says its buses get into less than one accident for every 100,000 miles. We do know a man at the same time suing the district after being hit by a school bus, he says, while on his e-scooter on his way to work. Shad Danjou claims the bus crashed into him in the fall of November of 2024. He was near an elementary school at the time, so it is facing that lawsuit as well. We've reached out to the school district, but of course it has its policy, like many districts do, of not commenting on pending litigation. Schools are expected to release their official bus schedule and their bell schedules in April. Ozzy, I know you have more on that for us as well.
Yeah, and the video that we also showed you, I believe that was footage of the incident of the man filing a suit against the school district, just to point that out there. You know, as this legal battle unfolds, as you know, and you mentioned too with the bell schedule, the district is preparing for a massive transportation overhaul. So with the changes in school bell schedule, that means we need additional drivers, we need additional buses, and CCSD already with the largest bus fleet in the nation. So adding more to that. So to accommodate the new bus schedule, so again, middle school 7:30 in the morning, high school 8:30, and then elementary school at 9:15. So those are the changes that Kirsten was talking about. Superintendent Joan Ebert did announce a $5.6 million one-time investment to expand this fleet, plus $5.3 million annually to hire those 51 new bus drivers, like I mentioned as well. So the district doesn't comment on pending litigation, but they do emphasize that safety comes before schedule. So that's an update to that story, Kirsten. All right, let's talk about Southwest Gas rate hike meeting. So if you live in Nevada, your bill could go a little up, okay? So here's what we know. Southwest Gas is looking to adjust your monthly bill. So under Nevada law, though, keep in mind gas companies must file an annual adjustment application to ensure that customers are paying the correct amount based on actual gas costs. So they have to look into this before they say, hey, we're going to bring that price up. This year, the company is proposing a 2.8% increase. So that's probably $1 and some change added to your bill. For the average single-family home, that translates, like I said, $1.19 more per month, which is still, I mean, $1 is $1. That's a difference. Northern Nevada, they're saying that the hike could be probably $3 or a 10%. While $1 and change might seem like small to some, like I said, the timing is tough with so many changes going on with the economy. Many Southern Nevada residents, seniors though, on fixed incomes are feeling the squeeze of the rising cost of living. Consumer advocates are also questioning the necessity of the hike, pointing to other expensive expansion projects in the area like Summerlin West. So the company Southwest did say, you know, we need to raise the cost because of energy costs, you name it. They listed out the reasons why, and we have that on our website. But Kirsten, I think you have the way people can comment, because there's a meeting schedule coming up Thursday where people can comment on this.
Yes. You can't blame them. They don't want them coming into the building because there'd be too many people to have to accommodate. So what they're doing is they're having public comment where you can dial in to the conference line. And that is happening this Thursday at 6 p.m. And we have all the details, the number to call on our website. Just go to 8newsnow.com.
Absolutely.
All right. Our final story of this. This particular segment, Paramount Plus and HBO Max will become one streaming server if the merger of Paramount Skydance and Warner Brothers Discovery passes federal scrutiny. Now, we had Netflix bow out on Friday, okay? Right. Warner Brothers determined Paramount's $111 billion offer was going to be the preferred one. So Paramount already owns HBO competitor Showtime, and HBO owns Cinemax. No details on what the new price would be once it gets that approval, which it is expected to get. I don't know. I've got about 3,000 different streaming services prices that come at me every month, but I swear I use them all, you guys. What about you guys? Do you have just crazy amounts?
I do. The interesting part, and I was reading about this too, Daryl, you could add to this, they were saying that they were going to announce a new name for this merger, so it won't be as we know it. when we go to Paramount or HBO. So there's a new name to this merger that they haven't announced, and there's like more than 200 million subscribers. So that's a lot.
No, I think a new name, you have to name it something new now because this is a massive combination of platforms and projects and entities and libraries, and it's as if it's cable all over again. I mean, Paramount's got Nickelodeon and MTV and BET and now HBO. So it's got everything. I do expect this to be a little costly. Me and Paramount Plus were just starting to go steady.
Right.
we were doing well together, and now it's going to cost more.
$12.99, right? Or am I wrong?
They had a promotion.
They
in
all have
January.
99, $14.99, $9.99, something like that.
Yes, this here and Peacock here and things like that. So big news, $111 billion deal to acquire them is what they agreed upon. And I was reading some about how that actually exceeds the net worth of Paramount Plus, and it's some intricacies on how they even got it approved. But big deal. We'll be noticing it in the months to come for sure.
That's for sure.
Final approval by federal regulators on that one. All right.
Question of the day. Let's do it. Daryl, get back in here.
we need you
Carlos,
for this.
pull him back up. Question of the day. We all go shopping all the time.
Yeah, this is definitely a tease for another story that we're going to be talking about during the next segment. But come over here, Daryl, and tell us question of the day.
We need to know your favorite mall. Scan the QR code right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about why we're asking you this question. But we need to know your favorite mall in the Valley. We got all the options for you. So go to 8newsnow.com/vote as we go to break. And chime in.
Yeah, chime in because that's going to change.
Because that's going to change. All right, guys, take a picture of that QR code. Get up there nice and close. We'll be right back.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing today? Thank you so much for joining us here at 2 o'clock. A little windy. The line was, this is Kirsten, Joyce. I'm Ozzy, Mora. The line was a little roaring this morning. Not too loudly, but just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel for all the allergy sufferers out there. And I don't know. We'll have to check in with Nate to see if it's going to die down at all.
Well, everybody's talking about it just like you. The big-time heat over the weekend started to get pushed out by all of the wind, which is still blowing, and we had a lot of cloud cover that kept the overnight low in the upper 60s, and we'll talk about kind of a temperature flip-floppy weird number thing, but let's start with the clouds moving on. So that's allowing the sunshine to build up, obviously, but here's the dealio. It is still windy. The only wind alert is in Southern California. No wind alerts for us. The temperature roller coaster will be going down. I think we're still going to be around normal, maybe still above normal. And of course, the first of many reminders to spring forward Saturday night into Sunday. So we're going to go for 79 today, but here's the thing. So the low this morning so far, 68. That's warmer. The overnight low, warmer than what the normal high would be. Huh? We'll move on and talk about partly windy conditions as the system rolls on out of here that will allow the temperatures to continue to slip a little bit. We'll check in on your family and friends. There is a whole lot of snow going on in the lower Ohio Valley, but your most accurate 8-day forecast goes like this: into the mid 70s, upper 70s, maybe a big drop as another system will bring more wind on Thursday. I wouldn't even worry about the chances for rain, but the big deal is making sure the clocks that don't automatically set themselves move ahead 1 hour Saturday night as the Streamcast rolls on.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nate, for that roller coaster weather. Enjoy the day, though. All right, so let's take a look up at the skies. There's going to be, not right now, but Tuesday morning. Right. It's a little tease. All right, so a rare celestial event is happening, the blood moon spectacle. So early Tuesday morning, you're in for a treat. The total lunar eclipse is happening, and this you better catch this because this won't happen until like another few years. I believe it 2028. So sometime before we see this again. Special event where the moon turns a deep blood red color. And the cool thing about this too, you don't need all the fancy equipment to look up at the sky for this. You just need a clear sky, a clear view. And we're in for a treat. You don't have to go far. You can go to Red Rock or Mount Charleston if you want to take a look just for like a clear view on that as well. The show will be visible across North and Central America. So we have some of the best seats in-house, and this is a time to enjoy it. You do have to step out probably like 2, 3 in the morning, which I'm going to. I don't know if you want to wake up your little ones that early to see that. Up to you, of course. But yeah, that's the time when you should step out there, Kirsten, to take a look at that.
Okay, I'm going to have to see the video tomorrow. Galleria Mall celebrating 30 years in the Valley. We know that they're rebranding. They're going to be known as the Mershops Galleria at Sunset. And they're going to get some upgraded lighting, interior and exterior design. Boy, do they need it. I mean, I am there once a week. I go often. We live nearby, and they have good stores, but they need a major update to that mall, folks. So this is long overdue. Nearby developments include the Cliff at Green Valley Ranch. That's going to be a 100,000 square foot open air project on Paseo Verde Parkway. I'm excited for that development. Landwell Company Place is a 14 building retail plaza near Warm Springs and Boulder Highway. That's being designed as well. So those are other businesses coming to Henderson. But again, we've got the Galleria that's undergoing some revamping. Many people love to go there. Again, I do go there a lot, but it needs some work and updating. And that does lead us to our question of the day. Let's pull Daryl in for that.
Sorry, I'm just monitoring the votes.
Yes,
seeing how we're doing.
good.
A lot of participation today, so we thank you all for voting. Our question of the day, we wanted to know what your favorite shopping center was. We have a handful of malls. We have the outlets. We have downtown Summerlin. And in the lead, I guess, is like home cooking. Galleria Mall is taking the advantage. Maybe a lot of Henderson viewers are watching right now, so hello.
Hello to you.
I'm team outlets. South Premium, preferably.
That's good.
I like
cool.
the outlets.
I've been there the most, I would say.
Okay.
The outlets, yeah. It's always like a family field trip when I go to the outlets. Like we prepare a lunch, dinner. Like it's
They
just
have
a field
everything,
trip.
you guys.
I know they do,
I
but
have
I'm
to
extra.
say, the southern ones have great deals. I love the outlets too. The North Premium, they say outlets, but I'm like, I'm paying full price. I feel.
That's how it
But
feels.
they're very pretty and it's fun to walk
tough
around.
to get in and out. a little bit up there?
Yes. Yeah. I love fashion show. I love downtown Summerlin. Again, I'm at
great
Galleria
spot.
a lot. Town Square's fun. It has the miniature golf and the
Yeah,
movie
nice
theater.
playground. Nice playground
Yeah.
over there.
do.
A lot of them
That's
are
a great
also polling locations a lot of times.
Yes.
You know, they
Yep.
multi-use. Ozzy, I think you did the story about the school
At
at
Boulevard Mall, yeah, they opened up. I think middle school. Yeah, they opened up a middle school there. How it's not in the mall, but it's right next to the mall, so you can just walk into the school.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I was
right
gonna
next-
say.
I know, because people think like it's in the mall. It's right next to it, but I mean, obviously, kids can come out or parents can come out and go to the mall there as well. And I was saying how it's difficult to get into Boulevard Mall because of all the construction
So
happening.
much
Maryland,
construction,
the
my
Maryland Parkway
gosh.
project happening. So I know
Yeah.
it's a little tough to get in there too, but I love it. I like the food court and everything else, the cute little shops.
I used to love the Sequest.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We went there all the time.
John's Incredible Pizza. No, I've had a birthday party, been to a birthday party there, and even Meadows. You have to know what's where. Like sometimes there's some
I
stores
have
there.
never been to Meadows.
Wow.
Is that
Yeah.
the one across from Springs Preserve?
Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
bowling
right there.
alley's been refreshed over there. Maybe, sometimes you want to avoid the busy spots.
All right.
And you're like, nope, there's a Forever 21 over here that's less
That's
crowded
where
or
I'm
something
going.
like that. Like,
Forever 21. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining our conversation. We love to hear from you, and this is a way for you to be part of our show as well. So let's bring it back to a massive event happening in Las Vegas. I kind of have to speed through this.
Oh,
Girl, I
gosh,
got
yes.
this.
Go, girl, go.
All right, to give you a scale what's going on, if you notice more heavy machinery around the area, well, that's because Las Vegas is currently playing host to Con Expo Con AGG. I hope I'm saying that correctly, which is the largest construction event happening, well, in North America. And this happens here in town every 3 years. So you know how we talk about the world of concrete here in town? Well, it's bigger than that, okay? Way bigger than that. It's happening March 3rd through the 7th, so it's going to be busy at the Las Vegas Convention Center. So if you have to come down here, get out of your home like 30 minutes or an hour because, I mean, it gets busy. And there's construction going down the strip as well. There's going to be more than 2,000 exhibitors spread across this place. The convention, think about like several football fields. That's how much. So you see all the drones, the cranes, I said drones. The cranes and everything. So again, some of the tickets there to get in, more than $200. But everyone, like engineers, contractors, you name it, they're going to be there and kind of looking and talking about the future of our roads as well and construction. So there you have it.
It's exciting. Con
It
Expo
is.
Con Out. We welcome you all for coming to town, and we'll be talking about it throughout the week.
Oh yeah, we sure will.
Stay with us. We'll be back with, what do we have coming up here? Culinary Challenge.
There we go,
All right.
competition.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Ozzy, I know you and John were going in depth about this earlier because John is fascinated with the Mint 400. I remember when I did the morning show with him 7, 8 years ago, he would love to set up all those interviews. And then, of course, before the event, we have that wonderful time when the volunteers come out and just make our desert beautiful again and clean up the trash. Here's some shots from it. It happened on Saturday. We had so many wonderful volunteers, dozens of volunteers coming out, cleaning up the space. And we greatly appreciate their effort because we want to take good care of the desert that we live. We have the big race, the Mint 400, happening this Saturday, and we do have a parade. We have a fest coming up and everything. We have all that on our website at 8newsnow.com if you're interested.
Absolutely. All right, high school. Oh, yeah, NASCAR next weekend, like Daryl was saying. We
and
have
spring
a lot.
forward. This year's flying by already, everybody.
Take a nap, baby. Take a nap.
There's no time.
No nap. Or I guess no nap. All right, high school chefs all focus on health. This is really great. So fighting obesity with flavor. In our state, if you didn't know, according to a recent study, about 34% of children are considered overweight or obese. So several high school students from CCSD are kind of fighting back. And this is all, they're kind of facing off in this culinary competition. And it's all for a greater purpose and to kind of show that you could live healthy and have a healthier lifestyle. There we go.
Yes.
And food doesn't have to be boring. We're trying to rush through this. All right. So we're talking about Flavors for Life culinary competition, a program designed to teach kids that healthy food, like I said, doesn't have to be blah. The big competition took place at Southwest Career and Technical Academy. A lot of things happen at this school, actually. There's a lot of great events where 13 teams from 4 different high schools, they faced off. And they also were able to take home prizes, $500, and all that money, as you can see there, they're holding the check with the prize. All that money goes toward their studies, which is so important to motivate these kids, to empower them as well. The goal here is long-term, right? To educate our students how to have a healthier life and educate them, which is so important, Kirsten.
Congrats to all of them. Thank you for tuning in. Join us again tomorrow at 2.
Bye.